What is going on, you guys? This is VM Video Master here, and today, welcome to a world where the golden arches cast shadows longer than you'd expect, and the happy jingle of fast food hides secrets no one dares to speak of. McDonald's, the place we associate with childhood joy and late night cravings, has a darker side. Tonight, I'll share four terrifying tales that prove even the brightest places can hide the darkest secrets. So keep your lights on. These are stories you will not forget. And remember, next time you step into a McDonald's, you might not be as alone as you think you are. It was past midnight and Jake was wrapping up his shift at a McDonald's off a desolate highway. The store had been unusually quiet. Eerily so, the only sounds were the flickering fluorescent lights and the soft hum of the fryer. As Jake wiped down the tables, something caught his eye. A single Happy Meal box sitting on a table. He was sure he had already cleaned. Curious and uneasy, Jake opened the box. Instead of a toy, there was an old sepia-toned photograph. It showed a family smiling in the exact restaurant Jake worked in, but the picture was dated 1987. What chilled him most was that the father's face was completely blurred out. Suddenly, the fryer beeped loudly in the kitchen. When Jake rushed to turn it off, he felt a bone-chilling cold. Steam rose from the fryer, forming shapes that resembled a face eerily similar to the blurred figure in the photo. As Jake turned to leave, the lights went out. He heard whispers, low, guttural voices echoing through the empty restaurant. Panicking, he ran to the door, but it wouldn't budge. Through the glass, he saw a figure standing outside, a man with no face staring back at him. The next morning, the manager found Jake curled up in the freezer, muttering about the family. No one ever found the photograph or the Happy Meal box, but employees say that sometimes they can hear whispers by the fryer late at night. So let me ask you, if you saw something like that at a McDonald's, would you investigate? Or would you just say you saw something that you couldn't explain? The rain poured in sheets as Sarah manned the drive-thru during a graveyard shift. The night had been quiet until 2 a.m. when a car finally pulled up. It was old and rusted, the headlights barely glowing. A woman's voice cracked through the speaker. "One black coffee," she said in a monotone voice that sent shivers down Sarah's spine. Sarah handed the coffee to the woman, who had skin so pale it was almost translucent. Her eyes seemed too shrunken, too empty. The woman didn't say a word, just stared at Sarah before driving off into the rain. But when Sarah checked the cameras, her heart sank. There was no car. The footage showed Sarah holding a coffee cup out to thin air. The next morning, a local customer came in and shared a horrifying piece of history. Years ago, a woman had died in a car accident at that very drive-thru. Her final order being a black coffee. Now, on stormy nights, employees say that they see headlights approaching the drive-thru, only for the car to vanish before reaching the window. You know, they say some McDonald's are haunted, but they don't even go to them. Number 3. Now this one, it'll get you thinking if you should ever take your kids to a play place ever again. or maybe why they closed down these things. Mia always dreaded cleaning the play place. The endless crawl tubes and eerie silence after hours gave her the creeps. But one night, just before closing, she heard a blood-curdling scream echo from inside. When she ran to check, the play place was empty. Grabbing a flashlight, Mia crawled into the tubes, calling out for whoever screamed. The laughter that answered wasn't playful. It was cold and unsettling. Crawling deeper, she spotted tiny handprints on the plastic. But they weren't leading out. They were leading further in. At the very end of the crawl tube, Mia found a single tiny shoe. When she climbed out, the security footage revealed something horrifying. A dark, shadowy figure slithering through the play place, moving like no child ever could. Parents soon began reporting strange incidents. Children claimed they saw another kid with no face hiding in the tubes. The play place was eventually dismantled, but the stories didn't stop. Mia quit a week later, and the haunting laughter can still be heard at night. You know, maybe this is one of the reasons they closed down some of the play places at McDonald's. There were reports of children getting kidnapped in those things. Number 4. It was a quiet afternoon when an elderly man walked into McDonald's dressed in a suit straight out of the 1950s. He ordered a vanilla ice cream cone, paid with exact change, and sat down in the corner booth without saying a word. Hours passed, but the man didn't move. Concerned, the staff approached him, but he remained silent, staring blankly ahead when a manager called the police. An officer arrived and tapped the man's shoulder. The ice cream cone fell to the table, and the man vanished. The officer, visibly shaken, shared that decades ago, a man had died in that exact booth eating ice cream. Employees whispered about cold spots in the restaurant, and customers began avoiding the booth entirely. Now the booth remains eerily empty. Are those brave enough to sit there, claim they feel watched? And some even say they've seen the ghostly figure staring back at them through the window, only to disappear when they turn around. So what do you guys think? Were some of those people seeing the ghost of a man who had died in the 1950s? Or was it just some creep? But they say McDonald's might be a place for quick meals and happy memories. But as these stories show, darkness can linger even in the brightest places. Have you ever experienced something like this, even at McDonald's or any other restaurant? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed these tales, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more chilling stories, because honestly, I like doing these. And I'm going to keep doing these for you guys. And also, here's a little thing before I end this video. If you have a subject for a scary story you want me to do, let me know in the comments below. Like, I've done Christmas, I was going to do New Year's, but I was sick that day. So let me know in the comments below what subject on a scary story you would like to hear. It could be anything. And like I always say, I will see you in the next video.